High beds versus low beds. Does it make a difference? And if so, which one is right for you? Well, I'm gonna answer that question right now. Hey guys, it's Martin here for Mattress Clarity, and today we're gonna talk about the differences between high beds and low beds, how to find the right bed height for you, and go through all the different types of bed frames and foundations. Let's get started. First off, just getting started looking for a bed or a mattress, definitely head over to mattressclarity.com. There we've got a lot of great reviews on mattresses, bedding, pillows, and all types of sleep products. Also, stick around toward the end of the video. I'll be answering some frequently asked questions about bed height. But what are we talking about when we talk about bed height? Well, basically it's a measure of from your floor to the top of your mattress. So your frame or foundation, possibly a box spring, and then your mattress on top of that. That's gonna be your bed height. But why is that important? Well, it's important for two reasons. First of all, it affects your mobility, how easy it is to get in and out of bed. And it also affects the overall aesthetic and design of your bedroom. Now, in general, you want to look for something between 16 inches and 24 inches in terms of bed height. That is the average knee height for most adults. But there are some things you can do to find the perfect bed height for your specific situation. So the main thing that determines the bed height you should be looking for is going to be your own height. So for instance, I'm 6'7". I'm a much taller person. If you're a taller person like me, you're gonna want a taller bed. On the other hand, if you're a shorter person, you're going to want a shorter bed. But it's really easy to find out if you have the right bed height. Basically, sit toward the edge of the bed. You want to make sure your feet can get planted firmly on the ground and your knees and legs are basically at a 90-degree angle. Basically around there, it makes it easy to use your knees, your hips, and your thighs to get in and out of bed. So very, very easy to get out from that position. However, if your bed is too tall, your legs are going to be dangling off the edge. It's very difficult to hop out of bed and then to get back into bed. On the other hand, if your bed is too short, it's going to feel like you can stretch your legs out very, very easily in front of you. Or if you're sitting more like this, your knees are going to be up above your hips. Very uncomfortable. Very difficult to get up from that position. It's especially important for the elderly and those with mobility issues because you want to make sure it's easy to get in and out of bed. So now I want to talk about different types of beds and foundations and how they're going to affect the overall height of your bed. The first type is a platform bed. This is going to be a lower type of bed, very, very close to the ground. You're going to have some wooden slats or other types of slats across the surface area. You usually are not going to need a box spring, so you put your mattress right on top of that platform bed. It's going to be lower slung overall. Because of that, not the best match for taller people, especially that mattress is on the thinner side, more difficult to get off a platform bed. At the same time, a good match for shorter people. Now, aesthetically speaking, it has more of a modern, sleek look. So you want more of a modern design bedroom, platform bed, very, very good idea. But you're gonna sacrifice some storage space, not a lot of storage space underneath the platform bed. Then we have traditional beds with standard frames. Now, with this type of bed, a lot of times you're gonna be using a box spring. So this frame plus a box spring plus your mattress is going to be on the taller side, on average around 25 inches off the ground. Now, with this kind of height, you're gonna be actually a good fit for all different types of people. So short, medium height, and taller may be a good fit for this type of bed. Now, aesthetically speaking, it has, again, more of a traditional look, more of an old school look for your bedroom, but a lot more room for storage underneath the bed. Now, speaking of old school, we've got antique beds, definitely a rarer form of bed. Now, with an antique bed, it's gonna be definitely on the taller side. A lot of times you're going to be using a box spring as well. And with all that together with the mattress, the bed, and the box spring, it's gonna be sometimes around 36 inches off the ground. Because of that, a very good match for a taller person like me, not the best match for a shorter person. Aesthetically, again, more of a classic look to your bedroom, but the main thing that's great about an antique bed is the storage space. They're much higher off the ground, a lot more room underneath the bed to put even taller boxes. Then we've got futon mattresses. Now, we've all probably spent the night on a futon mattress probably sometime in college, and I am not a big fan of futon mattresses because I am a taller person. They're not that high off the ground when they're fully put out, so usually 20 to 21 inches, not a good match for a taller person like me. Also not usually that long, so not a great match for me as a taller person. If you're shorter, medium height, it could work for you. Now, aesthetically speaking, if you're looking for kind of a college dorm room look, I say go for it. As far as storage goes, with futons, not a lot of room underneath for storage, but you can fold it up pretty easily, put it against the wall, get some more floor space. So now I want to answer some frequently asked questions about bed height. Now the first question is, what is a good height for a bed? You're gonna wanna look for something between 16 inches and 24 inches generally, but it's definitely gonna depend on your own height. So if you're a taller person, you're gonna want something maybe even more than 24 inches. If you're a shorter person, definitely keep to that lower end of the spectrum. Now the second question is, does bed height affect sleep? Now generally it's not really going to affect your sleep too much, but if you're talking about mattress thickness specifically, it can affect your sleep. A thicker mattress usually going to be more supportive, a better match for heavier people. If you have a thinner mattress, definitely not as supportive as a thicker mattress. The third question is, how tall should a bed be for the elderly? Now, according to experts, it should be between 20 inches and 23 inches. Not too tall, not too short. It should make it easy to get in and out of bed without any real problems. The final question is, how can I increase the height of my bed? You could invest in something called bed risers. It's going to go underneath the legs of your bed, push the bed a little bit further off the ground. What's great about that is it adds more storage space underneath the bed, but at the same time it does cut down on the stability of your overall bed. At this point, it should be easy to find the right bed height for you. But if you're still a little bit confused, you want a personal recommendation, just leave a comment below. Also, if you're just getting started looking for bedding or pillows or mattresses, definitely head over to mattressclarity.com. We also do a lot of videos just like this. Hit the like button and subscribe.